So, what about big promises? One thing that frustrated me a lot is big promises correlated with one workshop, one course, one event, one thing. You know, those promises that sound like, come to this and you'll be fully healed of a lifetime of grief, for example. Come at this and you will step into your fully aligned self. Come to this like 1 day workshop and you will have your heart open and your third eye open and your chakras aligned and your life will be dandy after it. Yes, I admit it, I was frustrated with it because I cannot believe that that is true. And you know it, that is not true as well. As maybe you too, I've been the person that chased the next event or the next mentor or the next offer in the hopes of this will heal me. This is the thing that will give me the big breakthrough, the big healing, and then everything will end and my life will just be peachy. I'll always be joyful and peaceful and happy and abundant and healthy and all of that. And I did that for years. And that is a stage in the spiritual awakening and for the spiritual person. The thing is that at some point you understand that that is not the truth, that that is not how it works actually. No one workshop or course or mentorship or membership or event or fair or whatever will completely align you, heal you, transform you, whatever, and then you're done. These are not realistic promises, and from my point of view, it's also manipulation and a tactic so that you go to that specific event without stopping for a bit and discerning and feeling into it. One thing that I started doing when I realized this, that I need to stop chasing, that no one next thing will make, I don't know, my life perfect or make me feel perfect, whatever that means, is when the next offer came up and the impulse was like to grab it, I just stopped for a minute. I realized it, I caught myself, I stopped for a minute and I wondered, is this really what I need right now? Is this something that will really, click with where I'm at right now? Or am I just chasing the next thing in the same, hoping and expecting it to be the thing? So I became very discerning, very picky, very, present with my choices. And in the same time, this opened this big door of self-empowerment. I am enough. I've done so much healing. I say quote unquote because it is partly healing, but a lot of it is remembering, clearing. You're not broken, but in the same time you kind of are because there's a lot of wounds to heal, That's my perspective on it anyways. So I was like, you already know this. You already went through this. You already did this. You already hold this wisdom. You don't need another thing to tell you how it is. Another person that you think is better or knows more than you. So the point here is actually no one thing will give you that perfect life that you're hoping for. Because when you commit to this journey, which it is a journey and it is about commitment, you will go through stages and you will experience grief, sadness, loss, challenges, difficulties, no matter where you are, what stage of evolution you are. I don't know, for now, maybe we'll reach a stage of evolution or that will not be the case anymore. It is going all to be peachy and dandy. I don't know. Maybe we'll live that in our lifetimes. But for now, here on Earth, in human form, in the 3D, in the polarity we're living into, no matter the stage, the level, the how awakened you are, or how many years you have of self-development and modalities and therapies, life will still happen. You will still feel emotions. So it is not about chasing the thing so that you finish this and you then feel all good, unconditional love all the time on a cloud. It is about actually accepting, committing, becoming devoted to who you truly are with all of who you are. Accepting that there are wounded parts of yourself, there is a shadow self, there are things from your lineage, there are heavy emotions and contracts and all of that. And they will keep surfacing layer by layer by layer as you go. And yes, there will be times where you will need, and it will be the perfect match and it will click perfectly in your life, the specific workshop, mentor, course, program for that specific moment and stage you're in. Because this is another adjacent thing that I learned, to accept that there are moments where I cannot do it by myself, even though I did have the expectation from myself and for myself to be perfect, because you know what? I've done so much, I know so much, I went through so much, so I should be capable of dealing with this thing. I should figure it out by myself. I should know it. I should know how to heal. Guess what? No. There are moments where the shit is so smelly and everything is so heavy and dense and you're in your own storm that you need someone there to see you from the outside. A witness, a guide, a mentor, a course, a program, a workshop, a membership, a whatever. And that will shift something in you and for you and in your life. Sometimes it's going to be something big, immense, like a turn for a lifetime. Sometimes it's going to be just a fresh perspective, or something that you really needed to hear, to have validated, to heal, to clear. But they're all stepping stones. They're all pieces of the puzzle. I used to think in my egotic mind and immatureness that my thing is the last thing you will do and this will fix everything. Okay, yes, I do a lot of shadow work. I do a lot of deep fucking work. I see the truth that most people miss. I am shifting a lot when I work with someone. And by the way, I'm not the only one doing it. If you're not open, if you don't put in the work, if you do not commit, if you do not move, not much will happen. But in the same time, it was a process for me to accept that I am a stepping stone. I am a piece of the puzzle in someone else's life. The same way my mentors were. Someone reaches my world and comes into my world and wants to work with me when they are ready for me, for this specific frequency. They're in this specific stage in their life, and then they move on. And they can return in a year, in a month, in 3, or not. For my ego, that was hard to accept. But that is the truth. I will not figure everything out for you. I do not hold the magic wand so that my next course will heal you forever. And I don't think that anyone does. Because you know what? If you do not, I'm repeating myself now, if you do not put in the work, if you do not commit to yourself, you do not move the needle, do what you need to do, feel the emotion, I don't know, change the habit, choose another way to respond, be more aware, create a new habit that's supportive for you, all of those little steps, then you can do a million mentorships and courses and whatever, and gather tons of information, and then nothing will change in your life. And also, I was very frustrated as a mentor that people would not have those results that they could have. And I would blame it on myself. I'm not good enough. I'm not doing what I need to do. I should do more. I should be more whatever. I'm not capable of helping them. No, that was not the case. I did my best with my honest heart, with my skills, with my wisdom, and they received what they needed as much as they needed. For a moment there, I wanted to save them. I thought I would do the work for them in a way. Again, wounds, ego, stages of awakening, of evolution, of remembering. So, no one thing will definitely, completely heal you forever. This is a journey for a lifetime. This is the thing that very few people speak about. Shadow and light, heaviness and lightness. Things that just come up, layers and layers and layers. Being in the trenches, descending, going through the voids, through the death, through the sheddings, through all of that, and then having periods of time where everything is like joyful and abundant and beautiful and light, and then something happens again, and you learn how to deal and how to position yourself and how to detach yourself, so you actually stand more in your power. You remember more who you truly are. You stand more in your heart, and you are able to recognize the pattern, the event, the thing that you're repeating, and to do something about it. You're not making it a tragedy anymore. You do not avoid it anymore. You do not hide it anymore. You do not pretend anymore. You do not lie anymore. That's the healing. That's the remembering. That's the evolution. Every little step you take, the puzzle pieces I talked about, they contribute to that. As an example, what I've noticed, like 2025 being one of the hardest years maybe in my life, maybe for you as well, let me know in the comments. I'm curious, no matter when you're listening to this. I could see the result of years and years and years of self-work, inner work, in the manifestation of inner peace and acceptance and detachment like never before, and faith like never before. When like a year or 2 or 3 ago I would have been crushed, now I was surprised to see that I embraced everything with steadiness, with peace, with it is what it is, with faith. And it was hard. So these types of transformations that we all want are the result that happens at some point, gradually, or in time usually, of a committed path that you take with yourself, of a lifestyle. Awareness is a lifestyle. Spirituality is a lifestyle. It's not a job. It's not a hobby. It's not a weekend thing. You are aware all the time, 24/7. You catch your thoughts, your emotions all the time. You take decisions from fear or love all the time. You choose how to respond to drama or challenges all the time. That's where healing comes in, transformation comes in your life every day. And those courses and workshops and mentors, they support you on this path, on this way. And there are moments where you do it alone, and you're supposed to do it alone. And there are moments when you need support, when you need a witness, when you need a group of people like-minded. But ultimately, it is about your own empowerment. I'm the one creating the transformation in my life. I'm the one dealing with this everyday thing going on. Am I doing it now a little bit better than yesterday? Because maybe that course activated something in me, or that workshop that I participated at shifted my perception, or that clearing that I did actually, contributed in a way that now helps me to position myself differently, to feel differently, to make a decision in a different way that is more supportive, more aligned, more empowering. It's little steps and pieces of the puzzle continuously. I hope this message is one that touches you and that makes sense for you. Let me know how it lands. And thank you for being here. Share this with a dear one. Don't forget to subscribe if you resonate with this, and find more details below.